Hey, what is up, guys? Prakhar here, and hope you're all safe and healthy wherever you're watching this from. And welcome to the first F1 2020 video on this channel. Now, I'll be going around Austria on F1 2019 and on F1 2020 as well for a hot lap, and I'll just sort of show you the key differences which I found on initial gameplay. Now, I've only had the game for around 6 hours, but I think I found out little things which I wanted to share with you. So on the 2019 game, you can see we missed the exit to the straight, but yeah, I wasn't really setting a really fast lap. And coming to this downhill right hander, going down from 8th to 2nd on entry and then 3rd on exit for that added rotation, which yeah, was the highlight of this game. You know, you could just shift down an extra gear to sort of give you an extra punch and rotation on corner entry, but yeah, the new game sort of doesn't really have that. So yeah, that is one of the key differences which I found on initial gameplay, and I think that needed to be done. I mean, that was not really realistic or really, you know, real life, like in terms of how Formula 1 operates. But yeah, you can see we completed the lap and we do a 1 minute 4.96. And now to the F1 2020 game, you can see the starting point for these hot laps has been shifted backwards a little, and I'm really thankful for that, because on the 2019 game it was sort of just before the last corner, and it was really like, it gave me proper headaches to sort of, you know, create the perfect line into the start finish straight. But yeah, I'm glad that that has been taken care of. You can see on the 2020 lap we're pretty much taking the same lines, break at the 100-meter board and then coming down the first gear. And yeah, as you can guess, there was no real extra rotation which I found. But one key thing which I would like to highlight is that you can see the beginning time on the 8th gear, and that was only because I sort of started shifting on time. So on this new game, you really have to time your shift. On the 2019 game, I used to, and we all could sort of stretch the gears a little, you know, rev a little higher than the sort of recommended time was, and gain a little advantage. But on the 2020 game, you sort of have to be very precise with your shifting if you're even remotely serious about going fast, because on this game, if you're shifting properly and on time, as you can see, I'm really not doing that over here. You have to be really precise with the shifting. And now for the side-by-side comparison, I think both of these games look pretty similar in terms of how, you know, the default camera setup is. I think it's a little higher up on the new game, but I think that can only be, you know, that can be how the car geometry is for this new season. But yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much, you know, side by side in terms of how fast we're completing the lap. And yeah, on initial gameplay, on first gameplay, you'll find out that, you know, the 2020 cars do have a lot more downforce, you know, and you can just throw them around corners a little harder than you could do in the 2019 game. But yeah, I really like the new game because, you know, it's better in terms of, you know, how the car handles, how it's all set up. I'm really glad that that extra rotation thing was taken care of. And yeah, I'm also really happy for the overtake button thing, because, you know, manual ERS on the 2019 game, you know, it was nice. You know, people gaining loads of time. You know, you could be fast if you could really manage it. But yeah, let's be honest, that was not really realistic. You know, no F1 driver would sort of make that many adjustments on his steering wheel during a lap in Formula 1. So yeah, I mean, do let me know in the comment section down below that whichever game you like better in terms of, you know, how they look. I personally like the HUD on the old game, that is the 2019 game, a little better, because it sort of gives you a more accurate representation of how much throttle or how much brake you have going on. But yeah, I think other than that, in terms of handling and just in terms of how the car feels in corners or on braking or on exit, I think, you know, F1 2020 has sort of been a step forward in the right direction. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I think I'll do a 25% race around Austria. But yeah, do let me know in the comment section down below who would you want me to, you know, select as my driver. And until then, yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of your family, and I'll see you in the next one.